Hey, it's JC and welcome to Small Brick City. In this video, we'll have a look at my updated beach scene, and I will also share my ideas on how to create an effective beach scene. These ideas can be applied regardless of the size of your beach, whether it's a small one like mine or a huge one. In fact, if I were to expand my beach, I would use the same principles and ideas to ensure that it looks good. Let's first have a look at where my beach is in my Lego city. It is on the east side of town, and this is just the start of the beach. You have to imagine that the beach goes on much further than what you see. But it is a tourist beach and is designed to look really crowded and bustling. Let's have a closer look at the beach. This left side is the part where the Parisian restaurant overlooks, and there's an elevated part of the beach with an ice cream vendor and sun tanning bits. There's a surf rental shop behind, and you see many familiar activities that you might see on a beach, like the building of sandcastles, more sun decks, a lifeguard post, and there's even a rock climbing wall behind. The water itself is filled with activity from swimmers, windsurfers, and even jet skis. There are two beach vacation rental houses on this beach, and you have to imagine there are many more rental properties on this beach, and this is really just the start of the beach. Both beach houses are different in design, and I'll show you a close-up of each of them later. As you can see, there's a lot of texture and variety squeezed into this space, which is just 2 base plates in size. The entire beach is set against a rocky cliff, which serves as the backdrop. I think what is really important for any beach is the detail for the beach itself. This includes both the water, the shoreline, and the beach. Originally, the base plate that represented the water was just blue, but I felt it looked too plain, so I've added a lot of texture by adding different color plates, from transparent plates to light blue to white. The shoreline itself is also two-toned with a darker brown and a lighter tan color. Here's a different angle of the water, and you can see I added multiple plates to create the look of a ripple effect in the water. Regardless of the size of your beach, ensure you pay attention to the texture of the water and the beach itself. You also want to ensure the shoreline is a bit jagged and not too straight so that it looks very natural. My beach does look a tad cluttered and crowded, but if you ever visit a very popular beach, you realize it's really densely packed with people and activity as well. Personally, I prefer a bustling, busy beach rather than a very sparse beach which is very empty. Even when I'm going to make this beach bigger in future, I will ensure there's lots of activity, but one thing I will do is ensure that the whole beach front is deeper so I can make the depth of the shoreline slightly longer. Even though this beach takes up the space of 2 base plates, I split it up into 4 16 by 32 stud base plates just like this. Let's have a closer look at this side of the beach, which I made more activity based. A lot of the components and minifigs were taken from the Lego Fun at the Beach set. If you are building a beach, I think that is a great set to have, as you will have many elements to fill up your shoreline and sea. Over here we have a rock climbing wall which I built into the cliff. This was inspired by a MOC created by user Gene3S on mocpages.com. I think it is a great MOC and really fits well into a beach scene. I modified the beach hut and set it on its own tan base plate so I could easily remove it. And here's an all-round look at the rock cliff, which is made from various sloped bricks. You need different sizes of the regular sloped brick and the inverted brick to create this ununiform texture. Here's a closer look at my modified beach hut with a surfboard rack on its side. I didn't create a back because I thought it would be pretty cool to have the natural rock cliff as the back wall of this beach hut. I did build it modular style so the roof can come off, and inside we have all kinds of products and equipment that you might find in a surf rental shop, from flippers to scuba gear, surfboards, and there's also a water cooler. I think interior details and decor is really important for any Lego city, and it is these details that bring the city to life. Here's a look at my modification of the beachside vacation. I did not like the original size of the build or the dollhouse style opening. So what I did was to buy 2 beachside vacations, and I kind of combined them together to create a modular style building. I was also very disturbed by the fact that there's no toilet or shower for a beachside vacation hut, so I built a shower and a toilet underneath the building, as you can see the access by these doors over here. I did modify it so that I could take off the roof, so it's like a modular style building, so there's some consistency in my Lego town. And of course the size of the build is now bigger because I combined two sets together to create almost double the area space. The interior is completely furnished just as you would expect a beachside vacation house to have, from a bed to a little kitchen and a stove. I also like the design of two doors in the original design, where one door leads down a ladder into the water. The other beach rental house is slightly modified from the seaside house set. This is a creator set and it's pretty well designed. In my scenario, this beach house is currently rented out by a bunch of college kids, that's why it seems like a party. I added a whole bunch of different minifigs, and yes, they all seem to be engaged in underage drinking, but don't worry, that is just soda. I checked. I did not make any major structural change to this build, but what I did do was really important. I added a wall and privacy for the shower, because in the original design, the shower area was completely open and there was no toilet, and you know my hang up with toilets. So I built a toilet and I enclosed the entire area. Can you imagine renting a beach vacation house without a toilet? The side benefit is that the balcony was also extended, making the door easier to open. As with the original build, the top floor can be removed as this is a creator set. What I did do was to decorate the interior so that it's a full-fledged kitchen. There's a fridge, a sink, storage area, a stove, and dining table. All the things you expect in a vacation house. I hope you enjoyed this in-depth look at my beach and find some of the ideas useful for your own beach regardless of the size. As always, like this video and subscribe to the channel. And hey, tell your friends about it as well. Maybe we can get to 1,000 subscribers in the next 1 month. Talk to you soon.